Hello students, Jai Swaminarayan. Thought of the day. Where there is a will, there is a way. It means if we have willpower to do something that we want, right? If we want to do something and if we have willpower to do that task or to complete that work, then there is of course a way to do that, to complete that. Okay, so today in this session of English, we are going to start with a new chapter, that is chapter number 4, unit 4, at the theatre. Now, you might be thinking that this chapter might be interesting because it's about theatre. It's about theatre, it means it's about plays, it's about stories, it's about movies. Yes or no? Yes, it's about that. Now, when we go to watch any movie in theatre or at our home as well, right, what is the main element of the story? That is suspense and mystery. Yes or no? These are the main elements of stories. But what if there is no suspense and mystery in the movie, and if it is there but you already know the story because someone else is already had already seen the movie and telling you the story beforehand, then what you will means there will be no suspense. You will not like to watch that movie, right? Yes or no? Right? That movie will not be that interesting to you because you already know the suspense, you already know the mystery, right? So here the poet, okay, is trying to talk about etiquettes and manners through one beautiful poem, because it is very necessary whenever you whenever you watch a horror movie or a suspense movie or a thriller movie. It's very important that you have to go step by step. You should you should not know that what will happen next. It's kind of suspense. But if someone else has already seen the movies or has already seen the drama or something else, then that person will tell you what will happen next, right? What this will do, this will we can say that there will be no charm in that movie because you already know the mystery, you already know the suspense. This happens when you read some book also. When you read a book, right, some books are kind of that only, suspense. You don't know what will be happen at the end, you don't know the end of the story, right? It's a mystery for you. But some people or some one of your friend is had already read this story, will tell you all the suspense. Then you will not like to read the story because now you already know the suspense. That interest you will lost that interest in reading the book, or you will lost that interest in watching that movie because you know the suspense. So it is of no use, right? So here the poet is going to teach you about etiquettes and manners. Etiquettes and manners are very, very important. Why it is important? These are etiquettes, these are manners. If you have seen the movie, if you have read the book, it's not compulsory that you will talk and you will discuss it with others. Let them watch, let them read the book. Yes or no? Let it be suspense for others. Why to tell the story and why to elaborate the story? If you know it, it is of no use. Yes or no? Right? So the poet is trying to say about etiquettes, about manners, and about suspense and thrillers. So it's all about at the theatre. So we will start the poem. Now students, the name of the poem is The Lady Behind Me. Okay, The Lady Behind Me. It's all about etiquettes and manners. The poet points out on etiquettes and manners that you are, means the behavior that you are having in public, especially when you are in public. Okay, so the poem starts with beautiful drama. Right? It starts with what? Beautiful drama being played on the theatre. All are watching silently. But the lady behind the poet had already seen the drama. So what that lady was doing, that lady was telling all the suspense, the story, the drama was totally of suspense, right? So what that lady was doing, the lady was discussing step by step, discussing all the points with the partner, with her neighbor. Okay, now this, because of this, the poet was losing interest in watching the drama. So he requests to the lady not to do so, or not to disturb him, right? But then also that lady goes on, keeps on talking and keeps on discussing. This makes poet very upset, right? Because he was having very much interest in watching the drama, and because of her, she was means he, the poet was losing all his interest, right? So sometimes it happens with us also. If we are watching any serial at home, or if we are watching anything at home, right? And if someone knows the story and tells everything, then there will be no suspense. Serials are always of suspense, that what will come next or what will come tomorrow, that you don't know. But if someone else had already seen and discussed it with you, then you will not feel like you want to see that, right? So that lady was continuously doing this, and that lady was with her niece, right? And they both were also talking to each other, so they were disturbing the poet, and poet was interestingly watching the drama, but getting disturbed by whom? By the lady. He requests to the lady not to talk, to behave, right? But that lady keeps on talking and talking, right? So such things happens when you go to the theater, yes or no, right? Right? So these are the manners that the poet is talking about, that you should, when you are in public, you must have some etiquettes, some manners, right? That how to behave in public, yes or no, right? So that is the main basic thing that you should have, one should have, each and everyone should have, right? You have seen the drama, it's okay, let other watch it, let other enjoy it, right? You don't have that rights to take the, we can say that, the enjoyment of others, right? So the poet is trying to teach that. After that, that lady intentionally, what she did, she came near to the poet. Now poet became very angry. Now she came so near that he can hear the breath as his breath as well, right? Her breath as well. So now the poet is very, very angry and upset, right? He told her not to breathe so fast, but she goes on, she was irritating, we can say irritating the poet. Intentionally she was doing so, because she comes to know that he is easily getting irritated because of my behavior. So she was doing it continuously. We sometimes do it in class. As a student, you are very small to understand this. Then also intentionally, you, when teacher is teaching, you intentionally in between you just talk, and again you disturb, because you know that because of my this behavior, teacher is getting irritating, and you continues. So that lady was doing this intentionally. So at the end, what poet is trying to say, the poet is trying to say that the entire poem, okay, the entire poem points out at the bad manners that some people carry out when you are in public. Yes or no? This is what? This is bad manners. This is bad etiquettes, bad behavior, right? That you are doing in public. Many people, you can see in your surrounding, many people are doing so. So this is what? This is bad manners. You are very small. So from now you should understand, you should have such etiquette, such manner in means how to behave in public. Okay students, so this poem is all about it. I hope you understood the poem. In next session of English we will continue with some other activities of the poem, okay, and this chapter. Okay students, so till that, keep learning, stay home, stay safe, bye bye, and take care of yourself. And students, I am going to send you meanings of this chapter. Okay students, I am going to send you meaning of this chapter, so complete it in your notebook. Okay students.